August 15, 2025, Durango Dank here. The City and County of Denver government seeking skilled AI vendors by Marcus Giavanni, 2025. When you think about Durango, and then and that's what they would do, you know. So when you have to realize the city and county of Denver has been not only padding all the URLs with every single word they possibly can, so when you Google search city, they all come up. You Google search county, they all come up. You Google search city of Denver, they all come up. You Google search Denver, they all come up. They're choking out. This is why nobody's coming. It's very, very simple. Artificial intelligence is about common sense. You either can do what you say you're going to do or you can't. The work that you're promising and you're telling everybody after they elected you is either working or it ain't. And it's not. So when Mike Johnston come out, because I emailed him when he became mayor, we did a inquiry to meet with him. I figured I'd give him the benefit of the doubt because he has not talked about AI during his election process. See, he thought he'd wait for almost about a year because in his head, he's a legend. In his head, he is a non-profit ideology. He's a non-profit broke dick ideology. All he knows how to do is get donations off of identifiers that are partisanship. GOP independents aren't giving him any money. It's all the Democrat Party. And this is where, if I was mayor, I'd have to tell them, and I have been telling them. But the more and more, we need more and more of those people to come out of the closet so they all get indexed. Dark web or IoT. And that's sad because when you look at everything that they promise, pre-qualified bench of AI vendors. For who? Pre-qualified for what? They're all their friends. They're probably all from the Denver Startup Week. Those worthless people. They've all been indexed. See, none of these people are growing. It's the same people going to the same events, all right? Then you get the people that are the have-nots that have been passing most of this stuff. They don't own homes. 51% of Denver are renters, and 49% the actual homeowners live in their homes. So that means that out of that 59, out of that 49, 49%, do they own the rental property? You know what I mean? So when you think about the guys that have the rental property and they're like, wow, man, we paid like $5,000, $10,000 in taxes, maybe more. We need to get that money back. So they start passing those fees off to the renters, the 51%. And so the 49% that live in their homes don't get that privilege of writing that off. They get to write the taxes off anyways in there. But so it's a shell game, right? But what they're doing is they celebrate debt. They go and they take Mike Johnston goes and he has. We sent him an email, like I was saying, and we videotaped it, and we had some investigators watching. Did you know that, Mike? We did that with Mike Hancock too, and he didn't know it. And he's a C-suite executive. He's making $200,000 because they all got raises. Here they are gonna lay off all these people, the citizens of Denver, to try to get $10 million. Why they go in debt for billions? Why they go in debt for the interest payment is almost a billion. So whoever's giving us the money, not only are we going to pay them back $1 billion, but we're also got to pay them back $1 billion in interest. That's 100% return. Where's anybody getting those? But And it's not that we're against these type of go bonds, but when you're making money and things are flourishing, and when you think about all the same words, this is what the Democrats don't realize. They can't use the same wordings, like, oh, we need to move forward, or no, here's the facts. You look at all the media, none of them are growing. They're stagnant. Stagnant growth doesn't help the internet. Only a few people, and we're not going to have that oligarchy here on the in the metaverse. It ain't going to work that way. Guarantee it. Because you can lie and bullshit. I find liars to be cowards, and they're usually one and the same most of the time, if not all the time. And Denver has built up a lot of, in their own rankings, a lot of liars and cowards. And their manipulation through the election process with Denver Inc., Denver Cooperation, and all those people. We index those, especially after Ambrose passed away and he tried to do a write in thing. These people think they're so funny, man. And when that bottom drops, oh, oh, mercy. People are going to be scrambling because the AAA, all this, oh yeah, Denver's got AAA credit. And it isn't Denver. It's the citizen property owners that are responsible for that $1 billion interest. Save yourself $2 billion and vote no. Fire every single one of them cities, especially Paul Cashman, man. Mustache. We call him Mustache. I moved out of his district because I was sick of Charlie Brown. Then I tried to contact him when he first ran. But now he's already served 2 terms, so he's going to get his full $100,000 for the rest of, well, he's older. But he's still going to get it if he lives a long, prosperous life to 300 years old. Mike Johnston's got $200,000, plus he got another raise of $100,000, so now that puts him over $300,000 a year. And when you think about 200,000, let's line up all the mayors that are alive right now. All of them. They're all getting $200,000. You want to know where your money's going? Webb? He's getting 200,000. And see, his credibility went out a long time ago, and I contacted them too. Because I'm trying to get, he told me Denver, or the city and county of Denver, can't make money. And he said that my ideas sound like I was trying to make the city money. But see, I only told him half truths, just like what they all tell everybody else. And I pegged him as soon as I shook his hand and I made a comment, and he made a comment back to me. He knows what it is. Go ask him. That's why he bailed the library that day. Where'd Mayor Webb go? Well, we got to start this. And you got Latinos that were standing up, speaking Spanish to some of the candidates. And he goes, well, now you ain't getting my vote. Why? Because I can't speak Spanish because I'm an American? Huh, I can't help it. I was adopted in an Irish family from Brooklyn, New York. So, all of this is coming to an end, folks. Because our children, people that are, when I say children, I'm 65 years old. People that are 30 are children. I mean, you know what I mean? And if you don't have the meta tags, like Mike Johnson has no meta tags except what they've been creating in 2025. His DNA summit, he got together with the guy from LinkedIn, and fuck, I don't even use LinkedIn. I wish I never even got hooked up in that. Because once you get in, you can't get out. And if you don't know how to build your knowledge panel, then LinkedIn's going to take over your knowledge panels. Everyone I meet, they're like, you got a LinkedIn? For what? That's another scam, in my opinion. Okay? Well, see, the Denver citizens can no longer be scammed, or scanned. And you think about all these free events that they go and they hold downtown, and all these people show up for free. Those are the people that voted to get the free stuff. This is what they do, and we cannot survive. Um, our citizens, and they're not surviving. All these businesses are closing down. And then when I see other media say, well, it's a heavy heart to tell you that one of Pearl Street's restaurants, after 30 years, oh, heavy heart. What about all these other people that lost money and closed down? Where was the heavy heart for them? It's pick and choose, pick and choose. See, I'm putting the money where the mouth is. We got a partner put in $300,000 in the Arts District on Santa Fe. We started SantaFeArtsDistrict.com. I realized how corrupt some of them people were down there. Veronica Barella, she didn't get elected. She tried to bullshit, trying to put the harms reduction. Go ask Tony Lopez, chief of police. He was that. No, he wasn't the chief of police, but for his district. They were there. Doug Linkhart was there. Oh, Doug Linkhart got a raise too. Oh, in fact, all of the ex-city council members all got $100,000. So all you people that are voting to make Denver's politicians the richest people in Denver should be ashamed of yourself, man. Do you got big dollars? Are you gonna make? And when you think about the city council members, they are the least likely to succeed based off their experiences. None of them, from Charlie Brown to all of them, none of them made $100,000 a year. So the system hires these people from 63 years. Nonsensical city council members that act like they got some type of, like all of a sudden they got elected and now they got all this power, and they do. You got interns running our fucking city. You got Mike Johnston, who's a double certified oath as an attorney and mayor to follow the Constitution. He openly came out and wanted Denver citizens to become insurrectionists against federal law. Just what they accused Donald Trump of. We can't survive like this. We're setting ourselves up for who knows. There's a lot of bad people in our city. 40,000 people. Oh, but hey, Mike Johnston gets the award because he put away 1,000 people in their own homes, destroyed our property value so that he could bloviate, and all those people that don't want change. They don't want to fix the homeless. They're moving them around like they're moving around the money. So Mike Johnston, I think you're a troll. And I'm sorry that you fear me. And that's why we didn't debate. That's why you don't call me, because you know I'd twist you up, man. You know what I mean? So you won't even recognize Denver on January 1, 2025. But the thing is, you ain't going to even know the difference, because you're going to garnish the same people you're always garnishing. But you got 450,000 people, bud, that didn't vote for you. And yeah, you can make fun of me about, oh, he's a write-in candidate, because you've all disenfranchised all the citizens of Denver. Because if they would have known what I knew when I grew up about write-in candidates, that's the person that you finally could stick it to. Oh, no, they'd rather write Mickey Mouse and the cat box and be real. Oh, that's genius. But look at where they're at. Those people don't even live in Denver anymore. They can't afford it. That's what you want, affordable housing? Then move to a city you can afford to live in for what you make. No, they want everybody to pay their rent. And that's what Mike Johnston does. Got in the hotel business. Now the Salvation Army pulled out three of the hotels after they got their 10 million. Remember that? They got paid. Now they're, oh, we can't do it no more. Thanks for paying us. It's a shell game of everybody taking what they want while they tell all the citizens, are you going to believe what you hear or believe what I tell you? Are you going to believe what you see or believe what I tell you? I'm elected, they're not. Think about it. Go Google search your city council members' names. Use some Google operators. Find out who they are, where they come from. What did they ever own a business? No. And see, Denver City Council and mayors all go to old people. That was the whole part of, yeah, you could be 30 years old to run, but think about it. If you're 30 years old and you spend 2 terms, which that's what they all do, you get, this is the pay, full benefits, full salary for the rest of your life. So now you're 38 years old, 48, 58, 68, 78. So that's 40 years of making $100,000 a year. How much money is that, folks? 40 years times $100,000. I can just hear Mike Johnson right now crying. Well, see, he's a crier. You know that, right? I don't think that guy's ever been in a fight in his whole entire life. I don't think that guy's ever had to fight. I don't think he's ever had to feel homelessness. I don't think he ever had to stick up for his mom from people calling her names. I bet he hadn't done none of that. That's because he's Mike Johnston. You know what I mean? He's Mike C. We went from Mike B to Mike C. Our next mayor, what's he going to be, Mike F? It ain't going to be that way. And then you can't recall anybody because it's going to cost way too much money when you just let it ride out. The guy made his bed, let him sleep in it. Let all the identifiers after going and telling the federal government, Donald Trump, president, and the DOJ, and all these people that are all sworn to protect the Constitution. Colorado's governorship, you think that's going to change anything? No, man, because the Supreme Court, Colorado Supreme Court, the judge, like Judge Hood. Hey, Judge Hood, you remember me? You don't fool nobody. And when you go and you do the timelines for like a RICO Act violations, God dang, I'm glad I'm not them. I'm glad I'm not them, man. Because I've watched their family court systems destroy children, destroy moms and dads, break up the family, put the mom over in the battered women's shelter with the kids. Do you know what? Put one kid in a battered shelter, women's shelter, for 1 week, and it will alter his life forever. You take dads out of the kids' lives because it fits the narrative on making dads pay for it. Villainize them. Take a guy that's a plumber. Take a guy that's a framer, drywaller. And when it rains out, usually you're not going to work out. You're not going to work. Because humidity is everything when you're trying to do that kind of work. Even though people do it, even when it's raining out, I've seen people paint a house when the rain's raining out, sprinkling in Denver. You know what I mean? Got the yard sign, the yard sign in the yard. Denver's all about yard signs. Now we're going to get ready because now you're starting to get people. Now the next band is going to be the teachers union strikes. We've already had the grocery strikes. Now we're going to have these other strikes. You'd think that these unions would know that, I'm a union guy. I'm a union painter, retired. But My union was way back a long time ago. So I have more AI meta tags of experience than Mike Johnston can even imagine. He's just a for-profit buddy with his for-profit people that are non-profit, nonpartisan, but when you Google search they're all their social channels and all these other identifiers. I mean, hey, if you go to a 501c that's nonpartisan, non-political, but everybody on that social channel is Democrat. What does that tell you? If everybody in the city and county and Denver's government, all their departments are Democrat, what does that tell you? When I went to court in front of Andrew Luxon, who AI told me, I did 2 emergency hearings. The first one, they didn't give me any notice. AI told me. And so I wrote everything within that documentation. I included code. So we just hope that people wake up and take back their city while they can and not wait till it's too late when Denver turns out to be like what Detroit was before they went bankrupt. So Denver's headed to bankruptcy, folks. And that might not be a bad idea, but it would change them forever. And the Broncos leaving Denver, and Mike Johnson says, "Over my dead body." Ha! That's a nonprofit ideology ploy. You see, what Mike Johnston doesn't realize is all those people that have all the Broncos and and the businesses that got them to get that stuff is uh, for profit. And so Mike Johnston, there's cities, folks. When you got Arapahoe County, that's 4,000 square miles. That's huge. I mean, Denver's 150 square miles. 150. You can go from Hamden to the north end of Denver, and that's like 18 miles. And then it's got these other weird patterns, just weird patterns. And then it's got a little city named Glendale, which was the red light district back in the day. In the right in the middle of Denver. It's the bizarrest thing you've ever seen. And then when you're driving around, you think everywhere's Denver. When I went and got signatures from people, I'm at the colleges. Do you know how many people told me why they're ready to sign the ballot? And they're like, and then, are you sure you're a Denver citizen? Yeah. And they put Littleton. I go, dude, I just asked you. And you're a college student? Well, that's not fair. What do you mean it's not fair? You sure wouldn't get a job from me, dude, if you don't know where you live and what city and you're signing ballots. And I think people that sign ballots that aren't supposed to sign, you should go to jail. If you're signing a ballot, that means you're trying to pad that so that it comes up wrong. You should go to jail. And no, not in Denver. They're allowed to say whatever they want to say about you. They're allowed to do whatever they want to do about you. And that time's over. Andrew Luxon, case 23CV54, courtroom 414, Denver District Courts. Michelle Horn, assistant city attorney, who's now the senior. She got promoted. Carrie Tipper got promoted to the University of Colorado. She's no longer the city attorney. And so that 44% raise is going to come out of that money, folks, from that Denver bond. Almost $1 billion, and then $1 billion in interest payments. Wow.